30%. In the last 10 years, I've had to pay about $7.5 million for the privilege of living in California, because it's 10% just to live in California. So you guys come there and you think it's a great state, fine, enjoy it. I've helped pay for it, okay? You know what I mean? You got to pay an extra 10% just to live in California. And that's a price that we pay because we want to live there. We don't care about the earthquakes. Here's our money. We don't care about the riots. Here's our money. Right? We're still there. That's our place. We're paying for all those privileges, right? Now, you pay your taxes. You pay your taxes. Now, whatever on a monthly basis, you don't have to give it to the tax people, but you got to set it aside. It's not your money. It's not yours. It belongs to the tax man. But whatever's left, you take 50% of that and you put it in your savings account. 50% of that and put it in your savings account. That's your money. You got to pay you. If you got to pay the tax man, the next person you pay is you. It's you. You got to pay you. If you don't pay you, nobody else is going to pay you. You got to pay you. It's up to you to pay you. And you pay you by doing this business plan and put that money in the bank. You pay you. Now the other 50%, here's what you do with it. You increase your lifestyle. You increase your lifestyle with it. What do I mean by increasing your lifestyle? Better clothes, a new car, a vacation for the family, anything, you know, maybe a better apartment, maybe a better house, whatever it is to increase your lifestyle. But you can't increase your lifestyle unless the money's yours. And you take that money and you increase your lifestyle. 50% what's left goes in the savings account. The other 50%, increase your lifestyle. Now here's what you do. You guys are going to be working hard. We're started today. Remember that? We all started as distributors today. So over the next 90 days, over the next 6 months, you're going to be working hard. You're going to be away from your family. You're not going to be with your kids the way you used to be. You're not going to be with your relatives the way you used to be. You got to sit down and make some deals. You got to sit down with your wife and your husband. You got to sit down with the kids and you got to make some deals. And you say, okay, here's the story. Here's what we've got. And we're going to do this. We're going to make all of our payments, our current lifestyle is going to be paid with retail and wholesale. And in a couple of months when our royalties and production bonuses comes in, we're going to start building up our savings account with this. And then this much over here is going to go to us for our lifestyle. Johnny, you can have that new bicycle. And Mary, you want that VCR? Listen, if we do this and this and this, by December, you can have that VCR. We're all going to have to work together on this. Now, let me tell you something. You don't have to be on the president's team to make this plan work. You got to realize you sit down there and do that, and you get Mary her VCR by December that you promised because you're doing this work. Hey, she wants to be with you. She wants to be with the family, but she knows you're out doing this. She's taking a few phone calls, and she gets that VCR under the Christmas tree. Listen, what kind of person do you become as a result of that? It's not what you make. It's what you become that's going to make the difference. The people you saw up in here, it's not the money, it's what they became. And you have got to have the ability to see things not as they are. You've got to have the ability to see things for what they can become. When I came to my first meeting in Herbalife, there was 80 people, about 80 people in that room. And you guys understand, first of all, I wasn't the only guest. I came there in October 7th of 1980. The company had been going for 8 months. Several significant things happened for me at that first meeting. One of them was I met Lauren. She was already a distributor before I got there, one of the top distributors. And that was enough to keep me hanging around right there. You know what I mean? If you haven't met her, you understand when you do. But the second thing happened, I wasn't the only guest at that meeting. You believe that? There were other guests there. There was other guests. And some of them, you know what they saw? They saw what it was. They didn't see what it could become. You guys with me on that? Do you know that I'm not the only person that signed up that night on October 7th, 1980? You know that the other people that signed up that night, most of them aren't here today? And you know why they're not here today? It has nothing to do with ability. It has nothing to do with experience. Because they saw what it was, I saw what it could become. Do you realize that I became a supervisor on November 1st, 1980? Do you realize that I was not the only person that became a supervisor on November 1st of 1980, and yet I'm here and most of them are gone? You know why? Because I saw what it could become and they saw what it was. And what you have to, what you have to do here is you guys got to see what this is. Now let's be proud of what this is. Let's be proud of what we've accomplished. Let's be proud of these people that came up on the stage, and let's be proud of ourselves that we have got this, be able to have the advantage of not seeing what this is today. I'll tell you right now, Mark Hughes doesn't see what you see. I don't see what you see out of this crowd last night. I don't see what you guys see. We see what it can become. And our vision of what it can become is what we're going for. You have got to have the ability to see where you are, but you also have got to have the ability to see what you can become. If I've done it, you can do it. Okay? If other people in this room have done it, you can do it. If Igor's done it, you can do it. If Armitage has done it, you can do it. You've got to have the ability to see not where you are, but you ought to have the ability to see what you can become with this. That is your responsibility. It is not your sponsors. It is not Mark Hughes. It is not Larry Thompson's responsibility. It is your responsibility to see what you can become and what this company is going to become. Can't you see where we are here in a matter of 3 years, what we're going to become? Don't you understand it in Europe? People are looking for a voice. They're looking for a different voice. They're tired of gloom and doom. They're tired of recession and depression. They're looking for a new voice. And I'll tell you something else they're looking for in Europe, the same thing they're looking for in America. They're looking for leadership. They're looking for someone with the leadership and the strength to do something. Listen, we're going to have a major impact on our families. We're going to have a major impact in this room on our communities. We're going to have a major impact on our countries. But I'll tell you something else we're going to do with this Herbalife vehicle. We're going to have a major impact on Europe. We're teaching the old-fashioned principles of honesty, integrity, and hard work and responsibility. And that's the only thing that's going to change the situation around the world. Nothing else is going to do it. And that is up to us. Who's going to teach our children? What voices are our children here in Europe going to listen to? Are they going to listen to the gloom and doom? Are they going to listen to how bad things are instead of how good things can become? You know, so what conditions are what they are? Our children listen. They do listen. And we look at our children today around the world and we wonder why our children are like this. We wonder why they have the work ethics. We wonder why they have the moral ethics. We wonder why they lack the initiative. We wonder why they don't take responsibility. Because they're listening to the only voices that are out there. What we have to do in Herbalife is continually to persevere and be consistent and be an example for future generations. It's got to start with us, guys. We didn't get in this position where we are around the world overnight. It's taken us years to get here. It's taken us 50 years to get in this position of lackadaisical, pointing a finger at everybody else. It's taken us 50 years, and it's going to take us 50 years to get out of it. But we have got to start that process. Nobody else in Europe is talking this story. There's no other meeting going on here in Europe, as we said here today, that's talking reality and saying we can do something about it. Nobody, they're on vacation. We're here doing something about it while they're on summer vacation. I want you to know I feel strong about these issues. I feel strong about them. I have the privilege, and it is a privilege, to be able to work around the world with the distributorship base. Just came out of amazing Leadership University in Las Vegas, Nevada. I can't tell you how proud I am of what's going on in America. And I'm excited, guys. I'm excited and I'm pleased. And, you know, how can I not be excited and pleased about Herbalife? How can I not be excited and pleased about what's happened to me and my family? My whole lifestyle has changed. I got to tell you, you know, I used to, every month I'd go out and buy me a new sports car, you know. New Ferrari's out, no problem. How much does it cost? $500,000? Let me see. That's about 3 weeks' worth. Here's the check. You know what I mean? Let me tell you what I'm buying now. Tractors. Buying tractors. I'm putting together a whole collection of tractors. Maybe when you come out to California, I'll take you by my ranch, okay? We'll get out there and I'll get you in my pickup truck and drive you to my ranch, okay? I am not going to tell you this is a regular pickup truck. I'm going to tell you that I want a Ferrari to come up next to us and we'll see who's the fastest. But I'll pick you up in my pickup truck and I'll drive you to my ranch. And we'll get out there and we'll see which one of my tractors you want to ride today. Because I have to have a tractor. I'm a rancher now, okay? But I'm into different things now, okay? I really am into a lot different things than I used to be. And your lifestyle will change as you go, okay? I haven't been in my limousine now for about 6 months. But I got to tell you, when I walk out and pop that garage door open and look at that baby, it still looks as good, okay? I took 2 Mercedes and made them into one, okay? Took a 500 SEL Mercedes and cut it in half. Took a 500 SEC Mercedes and cut it in half. Then I put 5 feet in between and then put them together and put an AMG racing motor in it and suspension, okay? And lowered it on the ground. And when I drive down, you can't see in, it's so dark. But occasionally I'll roll down my window this far just to tease them. You have no idea how I look. But I'm into tractors, okay? Lauren and I have this ranch now. It's about an hour outside, away from the office, and we found this 61-acre ranch. We looked all over the world for places to live, and we looked all over America first with places. Jim Rohn was raised in Idaho, and Jim was always telling me about the state of Idaho, so we took a trip up to Idaho. Boy, I got really excited about the countryside up there and the people, but after a while, it just wasn't quite the place for us. We went through Colorado, which is a lovely state in America. We went through all the major states there, and we just couldn't quite find the place we wanted. We came to Europe. We went through France. And Laura and I, we didn't care where we lived because we could operate our business anywhere with the facts. We went to Spain, looked at some places in Spain. Could never quite find a place that we wanted. And then we found this place 1 hour from the airport, 1 hour from the office, called Hidden Valley, California. There's only 32 landowners out there. And acreage out there is different than acreage here, but the smallest acreage you could have was 20 acres out there. And that's a lot of land in California. You just don't find 20 acres. There's only 32 land acres out there, homeowners. And quite a couple of the ambassadors, U.S. ambassadors live there. Sophia Loren has a place there. Sylvester Stallone has a place there. Tom Selleck from Magnum PI. Robert Wagner from Heart to Heart. There's all kinds of people that are there. And we found this 61-acre ranch. You ought to see us on a ranch. I tell you, I'm so proud to be on my ranch. But at the same time, I work like crazy. I'm still working as hard today as I've ever worked. I haven't stopped that at all. And I just share these things with you here today because we're going to be having a lot of things here that we've got to share with you in the future. But I want to give you a thumbnail sketch here of my viewpoints. That's all I'm doing. My viewpoints about what the thing ought to be. My viewpoints that I tried to get across here today are certainly one of commitment. It's certainly one of focus. It's certainly one of consistency. It's certainly one of taking responsibility. It's certainly all of that. That's what you've got to do. And if we take the individual responsibility for where we are, listen, I don't know what kind of circumstances we found you under here today, but I think you would agree with me that all of us are under different circumstances. Every one of us in this room are under different circumstances of finances, right? Every one of us in this room are under different circumstances of personal family life. Every one of us in this room are under different conditions and circumstances as far as career or job or whatever. Every one of us are in different circumstances according to the momentum that we have going on in our business. All of us are in different circumstances, all of us. But I can't promise you success, but I can promise you guys a couple of things. One thing, that no matter what circumstances we've found you here today, no matter what your personal circumstances are here today, here's one promise I can make to you, that there's other people just like you in this room under those same circumstances that are doing this business today and doing it well. Now that I can promise you. Now, because we all say, oh, well, you know, things are different for me. Things aren't different for you. Maybe they're different for you than me, but they're not different than 2 or 3 other people I can point to you that are doing it well. Igor could have said, hey, things are different for me. We just now got a free country, and I don't know, there's no product in this country, and I don't know what to do. It's different for me. I can't make it. But he took the individual responsibility, you see. So I can promise you that other people just like you're doing it. And here's the second thing I can promise you, that we'll share with you exactly how they're doing it. We'll share with you step by step, certainly over the next 4 and 5 weeks, certainly over the next 4 and 5 years, and over the next 10 and 12 years, we'll show you exactly step by step how they're doing it. You see, I can make you those 2 promises. See, I don't know what circumstances. I don't know how you got here where you are. But, you know, you might not even be responsible for the current circumstances you have. But I'll tell you one thing, you're responsible to do something about them. It's up to you. If you don't take the individual responsibility for you and your family, who is going to do it? Who is going to take that responsibility? It's not up to anybody else, guys. We brought those children into this world. We said we were going to be responsible. And that meant responsibility. That meant the responsibility of leadership and commitment. That meant to give your children a vision and hope, and not this lack of hope that's going around the world today. That is a responsibility that we have. There's a wealth of opportunity here, guys. There's a wealth of opportunity. All around us, there's a wealth of opportunity. We've got a gold mine here, and in the Millionaire Training 1 tapes, I talk about the gold mine that we all have available. That's what we got, a gold mine. But let me tell you something about this gold mine. We said we had a gold mine, and you said, okay, I want to find this gold mine. We have given you the map to the gold mine. And not only did we give you the map to the gold mine, we have led you to the gold mine. And now we provided you with the tools for the dig in the gold mine. But let me tell you, we'll even help you dig in the gold mine. But you're the one that's going to have to do the work. Just because there's a wealth of opportunity here, it does not mean that that gold is going to leap out of that mine into your lap. You're the one that's got to do it. You're the one that's got to put the calluses on your hand. You're the one that's got to get up early. You're the one that's got to work late. You're the one that's got to get the job done. It is up to you, period. And if you face that, then you're on your way to getting this thing to happen for you. And I'm telling you something right now. If you guys would just have that confidence in yourself, have the confidence in yourself to get up tomorrow and do this. And then have the confidence to get up the next day and do this. And if you just have the confidence to keep moving, I promise you that it will happen for you. I got to share something with you guys. And I never know what I'm going to share, be honest with you. But I share what I'm going through at the current time. And right now I'm so very happy with what's going on around the world with Herbalife and its distributors. And I see Herbalife distributors, and I see distributors, have a different look in their eye. And they have a different gleam, they have a different direction. And you can see them. You can have a room full of people, and half of them can be Herbalifers and half of them not, and nobody have buttons on, and you can always spot the Herbalife people. You guys are certainly embarking on a unique journey here in Europe. This thing is today, certainly a historical day for Herbalife International. This weekend is an historical weekend for Herbalife International. This weekend is an historical weekend for all business throughout Europe. We're going to have an impact on business in Europe. We're going to have an impact. Our voice will be felt here. Our philosophy will be felt here. Our leadership will be felt here. This is an historical weekend. And it's a historical weekend for you and your family. This is one that you want to remember, because this is one, no matter what happens. I don't know what your future holds for you, but I do promise you this, okay, that this is one weekend that you will never, ever, ever forget. No matter what takes place, you will never forget this weekend. And for myself, my family, all the distributors around the world, I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and we will see you tonight.